Good morning, everybody. At this time in our service, we do something called Community in Context. It's a way for us to get to know some of the members of our church, and now we're doing it virtually. But I'm so glad that Jully Jean is here with us this morning, Dr. Jully. And I would love for you to begin just by sharing a little bit about your background.
Thank you for having me here. So I am a developmental and behavioral pediatrician at Children's Mercy, which means I see children with special needs, autism, ADHD, anxiety, and developmental disabilities. I come from the Dominican Republic, and I have been here in Kansas City for 5 years, living with my husband, Patrick, now married for a year and 4 months.
Wow, time just flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, wow. And you guys have a pet.
We do. We have a little mini Sheltie named Joy. And
Wow.
just like her name, she's just the joy of our lives.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so you're in the medical profession. Can you tell us a little bit about how you chose to become a doctor?
So I always say that I didn't choose to be a doctor, but medicine chose me. So I think it was God's plan. I have always been interested in serving people and fixing problems, trying to problem solve issues. So late high school, then I decided to go into medicine.
Wow. Now, you see a lot of children being over at Children's Mercy Hospital. What are some of the questions that children and parents have had, especially as it relates to COVID-19?
Yes. So one of the things that I see commonly is a lot of confusion. So children are confused as to why they are not going to school or why they are not having a play date. So a lot of the parents tell me, they have asked me when they're going to go to school again, when they're going to see their friends, or is grandma going to die because they hear the virus attacks more severely older people, or am I going to get Nana sick and that's why we're not seeing them? So there's a lot of fear and some anxiety in that sense.
Wow. So when you hear some of these fears, are there some practical measures that you could share with the church that could be helpful?
Sure. I tell parents to meet their child where the child is in terms of knowledge. How much does the child know? You will be surprised about how much children have already heard these days. So kind of asking them questions. So how do you feel about this, buddy? So what kind of questions you have? What is COVID-19? To see what they come up with. And that will be a great opportunity to kind of debunk some myths that they might have heard, and now they feel that that's a true truth. And the other thing is kind of focusing on the things you can do. There are things that we are not going to be able to control, so we're going to focus on the things we can control, like social distancing, washing hands for about 20 seconds. I tell parents, sing the happy birthday song. That's about 20 seconds. The other thing that we talk about with parents is maintaining a structure throughout the day. So wake up time around the same time, same for sleep, and try to take breaks in between schoolwork. When your child comes to you and tell you that they are anxious or they are fearful about something, acknowledge that feeling, validate that feeling. Instead of saying you should not be afraid, kind of acknowledge that we all are afraid at some point, and that's okay. But there are things that we can do about that. Try to process your feelings as well when you do that.
That's great advice. And I know we'll have some links in the chat that you could go to as well for some more advice this morning.
Yeah, correct. So this is a shameless plug for the Children's Mercy.org website. We do have several handouts for parents there. There's a whole family toolkit about COVID-19 and what to do at home.
Wow. And they are an amazing hospital. We've been there several times with our kids. So we want to pray for you and Patrick. And I know Patrick is a scientist himself at another hospital. And I just wanted to ask you if there are some things that we as a church could remember you and Patrick in with prayer.
Yes. So Patrick is there every day at the hospital, at the lab. So I would say praying for us to keep and stay healthy. I have the opportunity to do virtual visits, so I don't have to be in the hospital every day, but he does, as well as praying for our family locally and overseas.
Wow. We will certainly pray with you guys and for you guys, and I'm so thankful that you're able to join us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Awesome.